you have the opportunity to share your thoughts with us as well. Tell us your opinions, what you think about it. Contribute through our Facebook page, Africa Global Radio, or on Twitter, AF Global Radio is the handle. When tweeting, use the hashtag The Africa Daily Show, or through our WhatsApp number, +23320 706468. 17 minutes past 2 p.m. and my colleagues are well seated, positioned, ready for action. We're talking post Fix the Country demonstration that took place yesterday here on the streets of Accra in our base Ghana. Okay, so let's hear something. We'll be right back. Stay with me.
Cathedral. Cathedral for what? At the cathedral now, every morning, piano. What the youth of Ghana need today is job. This is not about NDC. This is not about MPP. This is about the people. The people are tired. And we are saying that we need a national agenda for the country so that if NDC come, they don't just do whatever they want. If MPP of human resources, it is the lack of leadership. You see, no matter how rich you are, if you have this kind of mindset, there's no way you are moving forward. And this is the problem of Africa. See, we have the continent is blessed with a lot of natural resources. But look at what we are going through. Ghana deserves better than this. So this is not about any political party. We are saying that there should be a national agenda. There must be change. Since 1957, what major improvement have we seen? Ghana where was Singapore when Ghana gained independence? Where was Dubai? Where was Malaysia? But look at where they are now, and where are we? Is this what we deserve?
Please, the prices of food is very high now. Tomato costs 2 cedis. But the Agric Minister says he's planting for food and jobs. But there are no state farms.
Minimum wage. We are done with school. We are done with our tertiary education, and we are working. And people cannot even earn up to 1,000 Ghana cedis. People who are graduates are earning 300 Ghana cedis, are earning 500 Ghana cedis. We are paying rent of 200 Ghana cedis, and we are paying rent of 150 Ghana cedis. If I pay my rent, which is 150 Ghana cedis, and I take transport, what do you expect me to eat and give to my family?
Well, yeah, except from the demonstration that took place yesterday here in our base, Ghana, specifically Accra, on the streets, it was filled with the youth generally. You know, some actually had to travel from, other regions to come participate in this one. But the conveners are saying that they would be, how do you call it, organizing similar ones in different regions as well. So if you didn't have the opportunity to take part of it, you be rest assured that they will be, coming over to your place so you can actually actively take part. And credits goes out to Joy here. I mean, another one media house in our base, Ghana, for some of these footage and everything. But let me take, we'll have another one that we're going to be playing later on. But let me start with my colleagues on their take on the agitation. The guy was actually frustrated.
Charlie,
you hear the voice?
You could feel the emotion from the voice.
Yeah, right.
Yes, raw, unedited emotion.
Exactly.
Yes, it's something he's affected directly by it.
Yeah.
It's not something you can make up.
It's true.
You either feel it or you don't.
It's true.
This is clearly a man that has his back to the wall.
And if you listen, you realize that they are mentioning things that they are directly, affected by. Jobs. He said we need jobs.
Yes. One is talking about the food prices.
Exactly.
One is about jobs.
One tomato is 2 cedis.
So I said the take-home pay cannot even take him home.
No, but if you're taking... It is a mess! No, but truly, if you're taking...
Leave you at the taxi.
No, but let's be very frank here. If you're taking less than 1,000 cedis and you're paying a monthly rent of 200 cedis...
300 and 500.
That is sad.
Yeah, you pay rent
that
of
is
150.
sad.
How much for transport, Charlie?
So, come on, man.
Yeah, but all in all, fix the country protest. For me, I'm particularly impressed with the whole thinking and organization and everything behind it. This is something that started as a mere hashtag.
Yeah, on social media.
It has morphed into a full-blown movement.
Shout out to Kali J. He kick-started with this whole thing.
Yeah, and I think it just started with complaining about the petty things. And it has... morphed into something else.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to see. Now, for someone that has never been to Ghana,
Right.
or has never, yes,
You've never been to Ghana, yeah.
You see, if you don't understand the political terrain here, you probably won't understand what exactly this whole thing is about. Because you see, Ghana is a country that, for some reason, is very heavy on political diets.
Yeah.
So, for a generation to actually start this whole movement about, you know what, we are taking our destiny into our own hands, and starting this apolitical movement, and it shows that we are capable of assembling for a non-partisan cause, and that for me gives me a lot of hope.
Yeah.
So,
in the youth.
Exactly. So irrespective of your political leaning, I mean, irrespective of your political colors that you don't, put that aside. Let's come there as Ghanaians. What is it that is troubling you? Of course, I mean, it's not all rosy out there, but so what is troubling you? Table it. Let's see how the country can go forward. And I think that is so beautiful to see, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's one of the few times you actually see people, come under the national colors. Yes, every now and then you find, political, assemblies here and there, but you hardly see people come under the national colors, if not for football or any other sporting activity. But this time, yes, we are actually coming because
it's new and is encouraging, as you said.
Very encouraging, and it definitely should, get the elite, the political class very well.
Thinking about. I mean, if we've arrived to this stage now.
Yeah, because it appears they are definitely running on short supply in the sort of goodwill they have. Yes. But parts of it that really hit me, I think there are certain parts of the conversation or the whole, activity yesterday that, that I found very interesting.
Right.
One, the personalities, the placards,
and,
the conduct of the police. Let me start with the police service. I mean, I think they deserve commendation.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. In the manner in which they conducted themselves. Because every now and then things go left, and I mean, it's the service we are, very ready to, bash left, right, and center.
Yeah.
This time around, I think the protesters didn't have anything to complain about. I think the whole thing went smoothly, and because with situations like this, and looking at how charged the atmosphere was, and even with all this pent-up frustration, and they needed to let out. I mean, things could have easily gone left.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and the thing is, even prior to the police, the police personnel, actually monitoring the whole thing, there was this serious talk that they had with the acting IGP, be professional, and you could see that he meant what he was saying, and it's not like you get there, you start whipping people and wanting people to that kind of thing,
trying to whip people.
Exactly.
Yeah, all in all, I think both sides, acted professionally. Yes, it did very well.
Exactly.
So kudos to the organizers and the police for that. Also, talking about the personalities, I mean, we saw. Well, some expected to see some very notable names or faces.
Especially,
I think Black Rasta.
Oh, Black Rasta, yeah,
Captain Smart, Yes, he was.
He was. I don't know who he was cursing. Was he summoning the spirit of Kwame Nkrumah?
Yes, summoning the spirit of Kwame Nkrumah anyway. So.
Oh right.
Yeah. So.
Right.
Interesting scenes there.
Exactly.
And especially the placards. I don't know if.
They would be displaying them. Technical guys.
Very, very interesting inscriptions there.
Yeah.
And I mean, the message there is very clear.
We need leaders who can bring change. Okay.
Yes, very succinct. We are suffering.
Yeah.
In the land of our birth. Our birth.
Yeah.
Something like that. So, and I think even for that reason, they didn't even submit a petition. Yes.
Yeah.
That tells you how serious they are. Look, if you want to know what we are talking about, look at the placard.
Look at the placard. Yeah.
We are not here to make things long.
The funny one for me is just make Ghana glass and go on. I mean, in reference to Chini. Alright, the show is Africa Daily on Africa Global Radio. You're welcome to join us with your thoughts as well through WhatsApp +23320706460 or Facebook, Africa Global Radio. On Twitter as well, we are live. The handle is AF Global Radio. When tweeting, use the hashtag the Africa Daily Show. Let's hear Epi on the post Fix the Country demonstration. Epi.
Yeah.
You happen to surprised. Did you take part?
No.
Because you happen to have some first hand, images. I'm surprised if you're not in the midst of the crowd. How do you get that? Or you've got people, undercover in there.
Yes.
Right. So yeah, it happened yesterday.
It took down, Charlie. It just went down yesterday. We've said it. Finally, we did it, and they have seen it. But then I think for me, my main line of thought is the fact that, hey, is it just a one-day thing, or are we going to keep doing it? And I'm also looking at the part whereby, is this going to actually push the government to take certain actions? And the whole change the constitution thing. It's, for me, I'm just thinking about it.
Right.
We're fighting
this
for a
organization that is calling for the
and
change.
some part of the people are actually saying change the constitution. Some of them were actually fighting for that. Some of the placards had changed the constitution. And I'm just thinking twice about that we want to be careful about who is going to rewrite the new constitution for us. That is, if that is even going to be taken into account. If not, we might be making the situation more worse.
I remember some time, I don't know if it was during the June 4th revolution, celebration or something like that even the late president Jerry John Rawlings commented on something like that has to do with this is a constitution that was actually drafted during his time. He was part of those who actually started to do this, but he talked about changing it, so that should send a certain signal. And actually
you see, that's the thing, but I'm just saying we have to be careful about who are going to take part in the changing.
Oh dear.
If there's anything I've learned in Ghana, you never know the laws exist until you fall into trouble or you land into trouble. That's when they come and read out the laws for you, and you realize that actually we have a law. Yes, and it's there. So I'm happy that the youth were together.
Says Ghana has the most beautiful laws in the world.
They do. You read the English, you read the way it's structured, and you're just thinking, wow.
Exactly.
And then I'm happy it was a success yesterday. I think the only place that there seemed to, something could have developed, but then I'm glad for the people that took that road towards the Black Star Square. I think some point they take the graphic road, and then the police are actually blocking them in the way. But then both parties handled it maturely. So something that could have become chaotic actually went down peacefully. And then they turned towards the right route. Now I'm happy. Majority of those I saw had nose mask on. You could still, exactly. Though you could still say there were a couple of ones out there that didn't have nose mask, but some of them have it, but then it's here. So I think when they are coming to talk, they pull it down. Then when they're done, they pull it up. Yes, but then I like the fact that, they try to observe some manner of COVID-19 restrictions. The police also, with their those cannon vans, they are just packed, just trying to ensure that.
Just to tell you that they are on guard.
Yeah, but it was all in all, it was good. It was good, and the people are fighting for a good cause.
Absolutely.
They were fighting for
you could tell from the language they were speaking that this is not a political party influenced language.
Everybody.
It's a Ghanaian interest.
To reduce fuel and gas prices.
It's
not one political party that will pay for more fuel and gas prices. We're not going to pay for it.
2:30 p.m. We have 30 minutes to go.
I wanted to ask, which of you have donated to the building of the National Cathedral?
We'll talk about that right after this clip. Stay with me. The show continues. Africa Daily. Don't go away.
Ago and I looked at Castle, but I was here 2 a.m. this morning because I'm tired of certain things. If you go to hospitals, there's no bed. My wife delivered at Ridge Hospital. She delivered on the floor, no bed. And I'm telling you, in this country, 2012, my wife delivered in Ridge Hospital, no bed. Across the nation, there are so many hospitals, but no bed, no nurses. Nurses are there, no equipment. So we are tired of it. They should stop by the VH and do what is right.
This is the land our fathers died for. And growing up, this wasn't a country that I saw. So if the economy has gone and I saw, Charlie, this is the reason why I bought. Nothing.
Yeah, I'm a basic school teacher. In fact, over the years, we have been neglected. All the attention has been given to the senior high school. You can see that we lack a lot of things. 2 years ago, we had a new curriculum for the primary. As we speak, there is no teaching learning material for it. People don't have lesson notebooks. People don't have manual cars. We don't have nothing. Capitation, 3 tranches now. None has come. we have to struggle to mobilize funds to be able to run the school. So we are pleading with the government that enough of the SHS, some attention should be given to the basic schools so that we can also catch up. If the basic is not strong, whatever you produce for the senior high school will be nothing.
Inendiwa kwa Afrika ndipo ndimanyagira kwa mpili ndizosangalatsa.
Okay, so if there's something that I actually have identified amongst all of the, the grievance, the venting and what have you, you realize that all of the problems cut across from health to education to jobs to food, agriculture, and it's an array of problems, Uchale.
Yes, you see, that's the beauty of it. You can't feign ignorance. You can say, okay, what they want is not so clear.
Right.
I mean, they're telling you, look around. Okay, basically, it's what we've been crying about
all along.
Exactly.
Over
We're not
the
asking you
years
to perform magic. Okay, it's the everyday things that we complain about. That we are not asking for too much anyway. But you see, in all of this, personally, I was particularly impressed by one thing.
Right.
And that was what was going on online. Actually.
Yeah.
Yes, the whole thing.
And of course, before you continue, let me give credit to City TV for those boxes right there. Okay, let's go.
Yes, and like I was saying, I was particularly impressed with what was going on online. Especially with, if you monitor closely, especially if you're not in the Ghanaian space, you check the Ghanaian space, you would see Nkrumah in the trends there or somewhere with founders and founders.
That's another
very good conversation.
Back and forth.
In that
we keep on arguing,
because basically, I think the crux of it is that there was a section or there was a group that continuously that was accusing the incumbents, the government of a revisionist behavior.
Right.
Yes, talking about the fact that they are trying to erase and insert certain people,
change the history,
exactly,
and all of that.
And there was this group that said they were not going to have it. It's Nkrumah's moment. They are just basically trying to steal Nkrumah's standard.
Right.
So it was an interesting conversation. So, and for me, not taking sides or anything, but when I saw the back and forth and the whole conversation, one thing that awed me was the fact that the wealth of knowledge on display on those trends was something I was particularly
fascinated about,
glad about, because it appeared we do know our history. You kept seeing people pulling out facts and videos
they are custodians of history,
rich resource materials. Now, wow. This generation is really doing something
enlightened.
Yes, because somebody says this and they come with that. And it was just so fascinating to watch. And one thing that kept coming up was, people making reference to the alien compliance, order and everything. The Prime Minister Buzi's I was just fascinated by the whole back and forth and the intellectual discourse that was going on. And if you haven't been in that trend, just go check it out. It's fascinating.
That's the Founders Day trend.
Yes, I think it has morphed into Nkrumah.
Yeah, I saw Nkrumah and then I saw Founders Day as well.
So that's what the whole conversation is about. There's rich stuff there.
Right. So people are still venting, education, still focusing too much on free SHS, in as much as it may be your flagship program, you're ignoring the basic, level and what have you.
The thing is, I think what most of noticed is that a lot of our politicians have tend to assume or adopt a populist agenda. So if it can't score political points, it's not something.
It's not worth it. Yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So, it's something they can easily brag about and
rub it into the face of the opposition.
When they want to campaign for votes. But there are certain projects. We are talking about housing. We are talking about employment. Recently, the finance minister said there are 1 million jobs. Just like that. What type of job? Temporary or permanent? We don't know.
We don't know. Right.
What sector? We don't know. How many? We don't know.
They're 1 million.
All we know is 1 million is going out there. Exactly. And it's so worrying.
Right.
It's very worrying. because we need a plan. We need an understanding of what exactly is happening in the country.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think the national security reports even talked about
exactly.
This whole unemployment situation is a security.
It's a security threat. That's true. That's true.
So,
right. Just to mention this real quick before I get to the EP. Now, this demonstration actually took place in other parts of the country, world as well. In Spain. You know, it fixed the country.
Okay.
I think I don't know, about 3-4 European countries. You know, where Ghanaians also share the same sentiment as this particular hashtag. Right. Like, yeah, they went out in their numbers. I know of Spain. I think in the UK or Netherlands, one of these countries, they came out.
There was this country where there was even a counter protest or something.
Exactly. You know, UK. There was one in the UK. Exactly. So it's not just about the country Ghana, but even the diaspora, people share similar sentiments. So it should tell you how far this is going. But Epi, let's hear you.
I think it's like I'm saying first. It'll be good if they actually do something. You know, it's good to have great communication ministers or information ministers. It's good to have people come on board and explain everything. Oh, we are doing this, we're doing that. But when the reality does not match with what you're saying, the people see it, the people know it, and it happened.
Exactly.
Because it was on one hand, at a point in time. At a point, I felt like maybe they were doing a lot, and maybe at our part of the world, we're not seeing it.
Yeah.
Maybe they were doing a lot in the rural places. Because some people are saying, yes, but you go to other parts, it's like the situation is the same everywhere. So then you realize that, no, for people to actually come out like that in their numbers, it tells you they are tired and sick of the situation. Everybody is complaining, from the rich to the poor.
Exactly.
Everybody is complaining.
Nowhere cool.
I mean, and I'm wondering whether right now we have to relook at our priorities again.
As what? As citizens?
No, the whole nation. I mean,
I think that's something that we should actually be doing since day one.
It's a good thing Epi mentioned the constitution earlier, because you see,
as in changing it about who is going to change it.
A revision.
Okay.
See,
constitutional review, right?
If you take a look at the Constitution, 1992, what we've operated with, the thing is, it focuses more on how we gain independence and, you know, certain structure.
Yeah.
But I think what it lacks is how we go about our developmental agenda. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we need one that focuses more on development now, because previously I think it was more about gaining independence.
Yeah.
We are way past that now. Okay, so
how can we build a nation? Do you have a years of development strategy?
This whole idea of having,
regardless of the government in power,
a particular government in power, put out plans or a roadmap only for
the successor changing the whole plan.
Come in there and then particularly
and neglect it.
Exactly. So we need certain robust rules.
To continue.
That compels any certain government to go by such national plans.
Forget about scoring political points.
And when it comes to appointments to offices and everything, there are certain sensitive offices that need security of tenure, like the IGP's. You know,
I mentioned that some time ago. Exactly. You know, the current acting one is 59. It's 51, and has to serve for a period of what? He has 9 more years to 60, which means that if he is actually if he becomes a substantive, he would run through governments.
So there's a new one actually. So
there's a new one.
Yes.
There's a new IGP. One. That's what I'm talking about. He's 51. IGP Dampare. Yeah. He's 51 now. So he has, if all things being equal, he has 9 years to go. So it means it will cut across different governments. So for me, this guy should stay till 60. But you'd be surprised that the new government, cut that guy out, and then it will distort everything again.
Yeah, because if you look at some state institutions, they're very sensitive.
Oh yeah.
And you need, individuals that
owe allegiance
exactly
to anyone.
You don't have any political office holder to tamper with. So they can actually do, their job with their maximum.
I think the Tema oil refinery. I don't know. I think this morning, I heard that the energy minister fired him. So there are no directors, no deputies there. So these guys. So there's nothing else. I think for like 2 months now. So that's office, that state institution has been vacant without a spearhead.
See, I remember on the campaign trail, this guy, what's his name? Pakus Indo.
Exactly.
One time said, look, that the Ghanaian president is more powerful than the United States president.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Yeah.
Because, and he said in a certain context before you people say, hey, the Ghana, if he said Ghana, no. All I'm saying is
there's a context.
He wills is a lot of
power,
against the United States government, the United States president. That's
right.
Because the president can practically make you appear and disappear. So, but you see,
at the snap of a finger,
your life, your entire destiny is in his hands, like a genie.
Those are the words of Chief Dele Momodu. You can appear
and disappear.
Appear somewhere.
Okay. Before we go, another interesting voice by this 70-year-old man who also took part in the demonstration that happens to be our last take for today. Stay with us.
Yeah, demonstration today is a beginning of a long march for the youth to liberate themselves from the shackle of economic bondage. Without it, there's no future for this country. There's no future for the youth.
Yes, Daddy.
This is beginning of a new revolution, peaceful one, sending signal to our political leaders who are in collaboration with the Western exploiters. Now, I want to state that the socio-economic development and well-being of any country depends on the resources under our feet.
I love Africa Global Radio.
Okay, so there's this one that says we aim for Wache, they aim for V8, man. People are angry. So it gets people actually commenting left, right, center, and what have you.
It's nice to see the senior citizens out there.
Exactly, a 70-year-old man, and did you listen to him? I mean, about what he is saying, the economic, and first of all, started with, this is the beginning of a long march to come.
Look, Barry, it's so painful. Because you see, if you take the days of Nkrumah, all these, look at all that Nkrumah did. I'm talking about Kusumbo Dam, Tema Oil Refinery, Vaco,
factories,
you name them.
Vocational
all these things he
and all.
did. Tell me, look, Kwame Nkrumah was doing this with what? Secondary school leavers and everything. These are not people that were doctors and
Tema motorway.
Oh, yeah. These are not people that had so much certificates and whatever. No, they just knew how to get it work done.
No PhDs and all.
No PhDs. These days we have professors occupying all kinds of spaces.
Giving us theses and whatever.
And look at what we have.
And
look at
nothing.
Don't even get me started on our careers. So, you see, so
dear Lord.
Exactly. It's so painful.
Right.
There's some sort of disconnect somewhere.
It is. It is.
And it's hard time we start asking some of these questions. And I'm particularly glad for this current crop of generation because it's almost like, there's some sort of awakening. Okay? And the political class should be scared because you see, it appears these days no politician goes to the polls and is confident. And that's a good thing. I mean, no politician should even go
Don't go there confident. No, they can take you off any time.
No politician should even go to the polls and feel I'm winning this. They should be on.
Who told you?
Yes, they should be seated on tentacles.
Exactly, yeah.
Till they find the results.
And that should actually make them or force them attend to the needs of the people while they're still in power. Because if you're going to the poll wearing that confident hat on, it means that you've to a certain degree.
A lot of them would be like, "Oh, I'm winning this," and they're so sure.
And they will only tell you, "Oh, these people, they are my people."
Exactly. But this, if you observe the behavior of the constituents in the last election, it's no longer the same.
Oh no! I mean,
you ask them, and it's almost like it's not done until it's done.
Yeah. You cannot be sure. Yeah,
that's good news for us.
You cannot
Anyway,
be sure.
So we'll get there.
Right, Epi. Final take. Yeah.
I think we should see this. I don't know if some of them actually said this is not the last of it. They said many more are yet to follow. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So we just hope that the government will take lessons from this and be able to change their ways. I like the place Harvest said that they shouldn't be going to the polls sure of who's winning. But right now, everybody is proclaiming victory. Even before you go and cast the ballots, they're able to tell you that we're winning with this.
Yeah, hands down. Tell you, hands down. Put tap the table or whatever.
Sometimes it's pathetic. Sometimes it's pathetic.
They're so certain, you know.
It's not right, and it makes you wonder where the balance, where the justice, where the truth is in all of the things.
But do you also think that the electorate, that is us, do we also have a part to play in this whole thing? Are we sometimes blindsided by, oh, it doesn't matter whoever it is, it's just about the party?
we have a part to play. Even just go online and look at the other trend.
Right.
Fix yourself.
Fix yourself again.
Yes.
Counter.
I'm sure there are other voices that you missed.
Yeah, exactly. About
this one, I was like,
yeah, just go and get themselves a job and everything. The guy was actually yearning, lamenting on his car. They hit my car. Like, you have a car. The guy doesn't have a car. He's frustrated. But anyway, thank you very much, guys, for sharing your thoughts and opinions. And of course, to all our listeners out there, credits to Joy and Sate for these voxes right there. But then, that's how it is. All the youth want, and trust me, these are the future leaders of the country. You know, the guys that you finish tertiary, you don't get a job. You're a degree holder, supposed to be paid at least 2,000 Ghana cedis. You're earning 300 cedis, 400 cedis.
No, even when you want to go private, it's problematic.
Exactly. The system, it wouldn't be hard. Anyway, changes is what we need.
You enjoyed the video, right? Well, if you do, like, subscribe, and share.